Hey, it's King McKay, and this is my Game of Thrones Q&A. I'm sorry this is so late. I really wanted to wait some more questions to go through, so I had a decent Q&A that I could go through that had a variety of questions that were across the board instead of just all focusing around the same kind of questions. Today's first question comes from Sydney Clanton. She asks, what do you think is going on with Arya? Also, do you think Daenerys will be welcoming Tyrion and Varys? Now, I'll try answering this question without going into much book stuff for people that have not read the books and only read the show. Personally, I think Arya is just trying to follow Jaqen H'ghar from season 2-3. You remember him? He was the assassin person who helped out Arya in Harrenhal. I believe she's going to try and follow her steps and gain those kind of abilities so she can, revenge her family and act out things and feel more powerful and more important. If any of you guys read the books, then you know that kind of works in that similar kind of way for the books, but it doesn't turn out exactly how she planned it. It was a bit different, and her goals kind of changed at that period, which is really good character development, which I really hope they chuck into the season. Now, personally myself, I think this season they're going to accelerate Arya's storyline a lot faster than the books did, make her go through this whole training stage at the House in Black and White, and make her a lot more bigger and a better character that will be more involved with the whole storyline a lot faster than it would be in the books. What kind of sane person doesn't want to see Arya going around with her sword just absolutely wrecking shit with everyone? One thing that I would really like from the season is Arya travelling back to Westeros, finding Joffrey's grave and stabbing him in the face over and over again just to spite him. So all in all, I think Arya is going to try and develop her skill of sword fighting and killing and stuff like that, so she can move into her more tomboy accents that she's always wanted her entire life. This next question comes from Lysander. Without spoiling much from those who aren't up to date on GOT, what are you most looking forward to seeing from Dance of Dragons, Book 5? Now I'm going to assume that you meant what content from Book 5, Dance of Dragons, do I most look forward to seeing in Game of Thrones Season 5? Now I've said before that I don't think young Griff's going to be integrated that much into this season, which you won't really know much about if you only watch the show, so don't worry about it at all. So what I really look forward to seeing is how they bridge that gap of him not being part of Tyrion's storyline, and how he interacts with Daenerys. But the thing I most would like to see that's directly from Dance of Dragons that they put into the show is how they close off Daenerys' storyline with what we've seen some pictures of the pit, but I want to see after that, where she goes, her adventures, that thing, and meeting up with the thing at the end, which you guys won't know about, but I want to see how they end off her storyline from Dance of Dragons. This is mainly because I've seen a lot of information online and theory videos and stuff, stress the importance of her ending and how it can relate to Winds of Winter and a whole bunch of future seasons for Game of Thrones. They believe the very ending of Daenerys at the very end of the Dance of Dragons was extremely important segue / foreshadowing for what she's going to do for the later seasons to the end game of this entire series. Ronon Dex said, what do you think Cersei is planning to do about Marjorie? Now I know the books goes quite a lot into what happens with Marjorie's storyline stuff, but personally I think the show is going to go in a different direction entirely. Now I've had a few hints from people who have seen the leaked episodes of Game of Thrones. I haven't seen them myself, but a few people have commented a few things that have gave me a few spoilers in that direction, which is quite interesting for me, but nothing that much about Marjorie. I had one guy in this conversation that was telling me that how Marjorie is planning to act against Cersei to get her removed from the capital. But what would be really interesting is to see what Cersei does to try and stop her from doing that, or stop, the engagement with Sir Loras. I still think that Cersei's going to use the Faith and the High Sparrow to try and convince her ways to get rid of Marjorie / Loras and a whole bunch of stuff like that this season. I'm not sure how the relationship is going to be built between Cersei and the High Sparrow, but it may not be as tenuous and as hating as the one they previously had in the books. None of this is confirmed, so it's not spoiling or anything like that, so don't really worry about this information. It's just kind of what I think is going to happen with Cersei and Marjorie this season. Red asked, what Game of Thrones YouTubers would you like to work with? Now myself, I watch quite a lot of GOT YouTubers in the community to see their kind of videos and inspiration I can get from them. But one of the best GOT YouTubers for spotlights of characters, in-depth reviews and a whole bunch of stuff that I like personally myself would have to go to RedteamReview. He's even in my featured channels for inspiring me to start GOT videos about that from his awesome display of how these characters are done and his point of view on it. There are a lot of other GOT YouTubers I would like to work with, but RedteamReview would be the top one I would want to work with, and there's a few other ones I would go through that have amazing artists, amazing animations, amazing stuff that go with Game of Thrones. Emergency Awesome is another GOT YouTuber that's really awesome, but he does a lot of other stuff as well, and he has a lot of videos and subscribers. He's way down my league. If I could work with him, I would, because it would just give me a ton of exposure, a ton of awesome experience, and he's got a lot of, he's got pretty much a huge bulk of GOT fans and that giant audience under control. But I would really like to work with RedteamReview. He has amazing opinions, really funny, he has a really good sense of humor, but it's kind of a dark sense of humor, but it's really cool. Felicia asks, have you been getting lots of questions? I really want to see a Q&A. Well, sorry Felicia, there won't be any Q&A. It's just simply wasn't any questions. I guess we just have to go without it. Thanks for watching this video. If you guys want to see some more Q&As, then like the video and comment some questions in the comment section below. You can ask questions about me, Game of Thrones, my opinions on Game of Thrones episodes, future predictions, and even book stuff if you want. You can either leave questions in the comment section below or on my Twitter. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time.